Hello again, it's been a while. I haven't seen you since the summer, so I figured I would catch you up to speed. A 2-week trip to Paris ended up being 3 months and some change in the UK. I got to go to London and catch up with all of my old friends. And basically my passport is what forced me to come back to LA. So I had a little moment in time finishing the summer in LA, then immediately felt called to go to New York.
Hi, New York. This was not planned.
I love the city so much.
I feel like every time I go to a city, I'm like, I could live here.
And then I just kind of knew I needed to get back to Paris, and it feels so good.
It's so ugly.
I headed over to Oxfordshire in the UK just to have a little bit of a break with one of my friends and to bring in my birthday. It was absolutely perfect. And then I made my way back to Paris again. Wild is my home at the moment, and I have been here ever since. And then I made my way to Switzerland. Welcome to Engelberg. I'm coming here to finish out the new year with my friend Ines, and we're gonna have a peaceful...
We're at Engel and Bengal. I wish I could vlog, but they're playing all this insane techno music. I don't want to be one to complain because this isn't the most perfect place I've ever been in my life, but I fucking hate this music. I'm gonna ask them to switch the music.
Like just a little something more jazzy.
Hot! Having an Eloise at the Plaza moment. You need a new martini, bro.
Okay, I've been asking.
They're playing Pink. They're gonna flag this as copyright.
We got a table after begging for 24 hours.
What restaurant?
At the Ruinart Chalet.
Ruinart Chalet. Best fondue in Switzerland.
We're getting a fondue, a bottle of champagne. We're gonna be tipsy and explode.
This is the fit. The dress is just like black dress moment. The coat is Inez's mom's vintage, beautiful fur coat. Normally wouldn't wear fur, but it's borrowed and it's vintage. And it has this amazing hood. Please don't buy fur unless it's secondhand. People are still gonna be upset about that, but if you're gonna buy fur, make sure it's secondhand. And the earrings are from McKenna thaler. And the boots are Tony Bianco. We're gonna go to the Kapinski. And I so far have not run into anybody from LA here. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, bitches.
Love it.
I was expecting you to wear creative glasses.
Creative glasses. Cheers. So we're in the town right now. We're gonna go for a croissant. We're gonna go to the tea room for a pastry. And then we have to hop on our train. I'm in Paris. It's cold, wet, and rainy today. But I really wanted to try the Mary Phillips makeup trend because everyone's skin looks so good. We're gonna try it today. We're gonna catch up. This is from Saie Beauty. This is my favorite product they make. It's called the Sun Melt, and it's really a good dupe for the Chanel Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Chocolate Soleil? You know what I'm talking about, that Chanel product, whatever. So yeah, it has been so cold recently and so wet and rainy. It's so funny because I see everyone from LA talking about like, oh my god, it's raining, I don't know what we're gonna do. I'm like, do you have any idea like what I'm going through over here, guys? I am also from California, but I also remember that like LA isn't built for rain, as like Paris isn't built for heat. So when there's a heat wave here, it's like even worse than it would be if you're in LA. So when it rains, it's like hectic there. But anyway, I'm trying to really just enjoy the rain because I know when I get back to LA, it's not gonna be the same. So I'm being optimistic and I'm being positive and I'm being all the things I'm supposed to be. I'm moving out of this flat in a couple days. It's Tuesday and I'm moving out on Friday. And it's gonna be so weird not being here anymore. It's gonna be so weird to be living alone. I'm going to another part of town. It's like across town too. So I'm also really excited to get to be in a new area. I like the area that I'm in, but honestly, it's so far from things. The area I'm in is beautiful. It's just really far from like the trendy cool places. Like all of the really old school, like nice spots are here. It's very much like Beverly Hills vibes, and I'm trying to live in like Silver Lake. I feel very isolated. It's very Upper East Side. A lot of families, a lot of space to walk, beautiful vibes, that I'm really excited to get to live in a different neighborhood and try a new way of life. I will be in the new apartment for a little over a month, and then I head back to the States and I figure out what I'm gonna do with my life next. It's so strange because I feel like I've never been so confused about life ever. I don't think a lot of people know, but one of the ways I make money is consulting.
And there was definitely a period of time online that I really wasn't super active. People were kind of just coming to me. They're like, you know, you have a really good understanding of business. You've worked in TV and film. Like, we really need your help as a creative consultant. And so I kind of just started doing that freelance, and I'm still doing that. And there's a client right now that I'm really excited about working with. And I'm gonna start the project with them when I'm in the States. So I'm like sad to leave Paris, but I'm also really excited because I know that I'll get to work on a really, really cool project. And people ask me a lot when I mention it really briefly online, like, okay, cool, like you're consulting, like what does that mean? I'll make a whole video about this because I feel like for some people, I feel like for some people it's like super boring, but I know people are really curious. It's funny because I kind of was like sitting with myself. I have to decide soon where I really want to live long term. Blush is the best blush in the world. It's from Shiseido. It's Aura Pink. I use it all the time. It's the most beautiful. Like, even if you're a creamy blush girl, get this and like pop it on top of it. It's just the best blush in the world. So I really do like being nomadic. It's been really nice. It's nice to have a base that's like, you know, you have enough time there where you can really make it feel like home, but you also know it's like, you really enjoy every moment that you're there because you also know you're not going to be there forever. Really love it, but it's getting a little bit financially irresponsible to have that while also having an apartment in LA. I'm not gonna lie, the reason why I'm getting ready in the living room is because I've already packed up my bedroom because I'm moving so soon. Just did my laundry too. I feel like I'm gonna regret the wing, like immediately. And I used to be such a wing queen. Like this wing is whack. That's a bad wing, dude. I have to say the one thing I've been doing really, really well recently is finding new amazing spots in Paris. Like, I have a Paris guide on my Instagram, and I have to say everything I recommend is a solid 10 out of 10, at least a solid 8 out of 10. I feel so much better. I feel like my hair is still like, has seen better days, but I feel like my makeup is gonna be a good rest of the day.
So this is a very typical morning walk for me. And this is crazy that this is kind of like the local park. But I wake up every morning and I head to Luxembourg, which is so crazy because when I was younger, I used to come here with my mom all the time. And every time I visit Paris, I always made sure I would go and hang out in Luxembourg Park. And it's just so wild to be back here. And this, what is this? We need to order more of it.
It's super simple.
Blondet Fargo.
Bardon Fargo.
Poulet fumé.
Excellent.
Excellent.
That's what you have to do here. It like rains out of nowhere and then there's protests and then you're like, time to drink. How was the museum?
Boring.
It's like a bunch of pretty things. I can never Schiaparelli.
We love you, Skipperelli, but we love wine more. I'm sorry.
Schiaparelli.
Cinderella.
No. You got a spritz. And what is that? A Chardonnay?
A little glass of Cuvée.
Good shit. Best wine ever. And then some complimentary potato chips. They're really good. They're like peppery. Salt, peppery.
We are going out to dinner tonight to La Perouse, which is one of my favorite restaurants to go to in Paris. I always say it's like the Delilah or the Nines of Paris, and it was a brothel. And I always get anxious to film in here, even though I don't think they care, but this is like one of the cool girl Paris dinners. So I'm gonna just, you know, do some sly footage on my handy cam, and this is my night.
This is the first sunny day we've had in Paris in such a long time. Oh, I like this cafe. Le Paradis. It's really cute. They have really good spritz there. I'm gonna do a little bit of thrifting. We're going to Free Pea Star. Free Pea Star! The store is very hit or miss. Inez found a little sweater. How was the vintage shopping?
Chaotic, but I scored a sweater for 10 bucks.
Hell yeah! There are a lot of kilo shops around the city. Everything is sold to you by weight. This is the best one. There's a couple around the city. These ones are my favorite. I'm headed to my local coffee shop to edit this vlog, so I gotta get going, but thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next week. Bye!